if I'm a state champion and I'm going against somebody who's a JV wrestler and I win the match 10-8, do I feel like I won that match? I got my hand raised at the end. It says on the bracket that I won the match, but do I feel like I won that match? Most times the answer is no. But when we go look on the flip side of that, if I'm the JV wrestler and I scored 8 points against the returning state champ, I guarantee that he feels very good walking off that mat. I bet he feels like he won that match. So if that's the case, winning and losing isn't necessarily tied to getting your hand raised at the end. So then what is winning and losing tied to? So going back to that example, 10-8 state champion against JV wrestler, if the guy who got his hand raised at the end of the match didn't feel like he won, what would have made him feel like he won? And the guy who scored 8 points, why did he feel like he won even though he didn't get his hand raised at the end? Goes back down to effort. Who gave their best self while they're out there on the mat? The JV wrestler going up against state champion showed no fear, scored 8 points, probably scored a few takedowns. He gave his best self out there. He did his absolute best and scored 8 points against the returning state champ. He feels like he won. He won because winning is defined by how much of yourself you give while you're out there for that 6-7 minutes. The state champion, he scored 10 points, but against a JV wrestler who he should have scored far more against, does not feel like he won because he didn't give his best self while he was out there. So if winning and losing is tied to effort and giving your best self while we're at practice, what is the purpose? What is our drive? What is our reasoning for being at practice if winning and losing and getting your hand raised at the end isn't what counts? It's giving your best self, being your best self. So then we're not trying to become a state champion. We're not trying to become a national champion. We're not trying to become anything. What we're mostly focused on doing is being able to do all of the things that allows me to become that thing. Because what we want to be is our best self. That is what winning really is. I win when I'm able to give my best self out on that mat. I win when I'm able to score as many points and win all the exchanges that I want to and get to all my attacks that I want, get to all my setups that I want. I win when I'm able to be my best self. I lose when I'm not able to do those things. Even though I get my hand raised at the end, we don't want to win a 2-0 match knowing that we could have won it 9-1 or 13-0. What's the point of getting your hand raised if you didn't give your best self, right? Not to mention, you're teaching that other guy, the guy that you just competed against, that he's on your level, that he's just as good as you are, even though that might not necessarily be the truth. So then that also teaches you that that guy might be as good as you are. So we always want to make sure that we're giving our best self while we're out there, because that is what truly defines winning. We need to make sure that we're doing everything that we possibly can to get to all of our shots, all of our setups, all of our techniques. We want to win every single battle on the way to winning the ultimate war, and that is getting your hand raised at the end. Getting your hand raised at the end isn't the goal. Scoring as many points as you possibly can is. Winning as many battles as you can is. Winning all the point exchanges, that is what the goal is. That is what winning is, because that is where you're going to be your best self.